Good afternoon, everybody. Moderation helps everyone. Let's see. Anyway, DJ Styles here at Custom Corpses. Okay, I got my paint station set up. I put my air compressor underneath my bench here. I got my cord running over here. I got it zip tied up. Just so it's not so, I got a lot of cord. I don't need all that cord. Anyway, I've got my workstation here, which I'm going to have to extend this a little bit. I mean, the mask does fit inside of here, so maybe I don't have to, you know what I mean? But I think I might. This is the light. It lights up, but as you can see, the mask doesn't go in far enough to actually use the benefit of the lights. So, I mean, I won't use these lights. I have my externals right here. I don't have to have them for what I'm doing, but I'll turn the fan on. That's the air filter for airbrushing. I'm probably going to put some kind of piece of paper down on top of this. This way I don't, I have paint all over the plastic parts. And then I'll, but anyway, I'm just letting you know, I'm doing a lot of extra stuff here. Doing a lot of extra work here, trying to get ready for working inside the studio. I'll be sculpting here. As you can see, the sculpture came out pretty good, although my damn light fell and hit the top of the head right here. Just a tiny little dent. That's nothing. It's nothing to fix. And it made a little mark right there, but everything else is perfect. And yeah, I'm gonna probably after the holidays start getting back to work. I don't want to do it until after January 1st. I just so busy with everything with the Christmas holidays, and it was just too much to try and tackle. So I'm sorry for not doing a lot of lives. Sorry for not doing a lot of video. I did do a lot of videos. I did the silicone. You have to go check that out. I did put it in a playlist of the silicone mold that I made, which is over here. This is the new silicone mold of that sculpture, which reminds me I have to get this thing right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, hold on. Let's put this in here the right way. But anyway, here's the silicone master copy. All right, I don't want to leave it in there like that because this bucket's not cut right for it. I have to cut it. See these little things here? If the bucket is pushing on those, it'll deform that silicone mold because it'll push it out. But I did the plastic, I sanded it down, I beefed it up. It's really nice. This mold's really turned out beautiful. Now I'll be able to make tons of clay heads from it. Bradley, you love horror movies. Me too, buddy. I've been, I'll tell you what, COVID is what put me into this business. But this is my sculpture. This is the the flashback. It's a mess right now. I got stuff all piled up here because I had to move and work this area. It's not that I'm messy. I am a very neat freak. I'm totally opposite of what you're seeing here. I am a neat freak. The problem is I have no shelving left in this room. I have all my shelves literally full of everything that I use. I use so much. There's another sculpture of the flashback. I have so much. I don't have any room in here. That's really, I don't have no place to put anything. I've been taking stuff out that was underneath of my counters and putting them out in the shed. What I'm trying to do is I'm going to take everything out that's in here that's not paint or something that can't be frozen or heat affected, heat or, cold can't affect it. Like you can't put paints out in the sheds. You can't, there's so many things I can't put out there because I'm dealing with a lot of chemicals. I definitely can't put my latex out there, but I'm trying to make room for underneath all these benches, and that's where I'm going to stick everything so I can move in this room. But that still doesn't answer for a lot of stuff that's up here on these shelves. I've got to figure out a better system. I mean, the shelves are full. I just have to get it done. And I'm slowly but surely nicking at it. And plus I have all my DJ gear, which is here, and all my speakers, and oh my God. And I've got my printer over here in this corner. I got tons of crap stuffed up. I I got to get it out of here. I got to get a lot of the stuff out of here that I don't use. And that is the part that's tough, because you have to really, that is so, all right, so this is, all right, so enough of the cleanup bullshit. You see what I got. You see what's going on here. All right, so this is a 24-inch. I'm actually going to paint, and I'm going to put it up on eBay. I got my paint station up, but I think I want to extend. Slipknot, what's happening, buddy? I'm going to extend this up. In other words, I'm going to take some foam, right, and I'm going to put it up so it goes up a little higher, right? And then on each side, I'm going to put the foam out, and then put it out here. You know, that purple foam stuff, I'll get the thinner stuff, and I'll put this on, and I'll Velcro it so it's stuck to this. I don't want it permanently glued to this, but I'll Velcro it to the surface here. And then whenever I want to take it off, I can just take it off and take this thing down. Slipknot maggot. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, this is what I'm going to be doing. I might even try and paint this tonight. I might give it a shot, see how this thing works. Start painting in here. I want to start getting this. This is a flashback. It's a little distorted because I'm too close to it. Ouch. But that's a flashback. It's a 24-inch. I just have to paint it. So, yeah, it's an interesting battle. So this is what I'm doing, and this is what I've been doing. I had to order more filters. You see these filters that are in the back here? It only came with one, so I ordered a bunch of filters for it. So, but these filters last a long time. Fan of the band. Okay, maggot is a nickname for a fan of the band. Okay, so Slipknot is the band. Is that what that is? Is there a band called Slipknot? I'm sorry if I didn't know that. So you have to inform me. Send me some. Corey is your favorite member. Yes. So Slipknot. Oh, Slipknot fan. Okay, I see. Okay, you're a fan of Slipknot. Now, see, I'm a 62-year-old man, guys. So I don't know the new bands. I don't know any of the new stuff. Not even the heavy metal stuff anymore. I don't know too much about any of it. Believe it or not, I'm a disc jockey, but I'm doing strictly oldies. I'm an oldies DJ. So anyway, yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been working on music, as a matter of fact, for the last 3 days. 9 members. Is it a horn band? Slipknot? Is it a horn band? Where are they out of? Are they a local band? Or are they, 9-piece? If it's a metal band, I find it hard to believe that there's a 9-piece metal band. That'd be an interesting. It's more like an orchestra. I mean, how many instruments are they playing? Iowa. Cool. I'm curious. You say it's how many piece did you say? 9-piece? All right, so if it's a 9-piece band, can you list the instruments that are being used? Because I'm really curious about that. As a heavy metal band, now it's not unheard of to have heavy metal use symphony pieces, like strings. They'll add strings to a band like that. I'm curious. I'm just really curious now, because now I'm going to have to look this band up, because a 9-piece, that really grabbed my. I'm a musician, guys. I'm a musician, so I play keyboards, and I have an unbelievable ear. So they play some percussion instruments. Okay, all right, but timbales. Bongos. Zig. The price for the flashback has been reduced. This flashback. This is this is going to be it's in the process of being made now. I actually made the silicone master mold right over there. Then I have to go get it. But this one here is going to be, it's very accurate. This one here. This one here, I've reduced the price. It was $450. All right, now that's coming down to, I think, what did I do? $350. That's right. This one's going to be $350, and this will be $450. I don't know exactly. I mean, I have to test market this because I think this mask is going to be so accurate. You can see all the pictures that I've been using for the screen accurate look. And as you can see, it is very, very accurate. Now I'm a little close to it, so it's distorting the shape of the head. But yeah, that's a very, very accurate rendition of the flashback. All right, so. And why I say that is if I say go the extra mile, spend the extra 100 or whatever this marketplace falls into play. I'm going to probably I'm going to test market on eBay. I won't have a buy it now option, basically, and the starting price will be 400. That's where I'm going to start the price on that. I know that it's worth that because it's so close to accurate, screen accurate. It's like drawing a perfect circle. You're never going to do a perfect circle. If you like Slipknot, check out the House of Mask. I'll definitely check it out. I'm definitely going to check it out. Yeah, so this is going to be the paint station now. I just want to alter some things. I don't think I'm going to paint tonight. I want to make sure that I have this foam in place where I want it, because I want to make sure all the paint's going into that booth. I can't afford to have any paint going outside of this booth. Even this, I'm going to stop and go get a 5-gallon bucket, and then take this tube and put it down inside the bucket, right? Put about an inch of water in it, and then you basically, it's the same technology as this here. All right, you have to create, like, there's liquid inside this bowl. It's bowl liquid, and then it's got a vent right here. So when you're blowing your paint residue into here, the water grabs all the paint, and then the air comes out this way, the airflow. You can't block the airflow or else the paint won't come out of the gun. Same thing with this principle here. You have to let the air flow into the bucket, 5-gallon bucket. You got to put holes all inside the 5-gallon bucket, and then you want to make sure you put filters around those little holes. But the paint goes, you put about 3 inches of water on the bottom of the bucket. The tube is almost like this far off the top of the water. This tube here goes down inside the bucket, and you put it through the cap, through a lid. You cut the hole out, perfect. Anyway, so this is basically the same type of thing that you're doing. And what you do with this is your air gun. If you have water inside of this, and you spray out your remaining paint into this, and that air has to come out. So, I mean, I try to teach people as I do things here, and that's why I'm explaining all this. So, but I use it as my little rest station for my paint, my airbrush. Anyway, yeah, this is going to be on eBay. Starting price at $200. It'll be, you can bid for it, but it's going to be a week before I get to this. I just want to make sure everything's in order the way I need it to be done. And I'll do some lives while I'm painting this thing. I don't know if I'm going to, there's some things I don't share with my paint scheme. My paint scheme is rocking. It really is good. If you take a look at any of the pictures that I have up from my I think I haven't, did I share them on Facebook? Yeah, I think they're on my Facebook. You just got to scroll down my page on my Facebook, and you'll see all the pictures of this mask when it's painted up. It looks amazing. Looks amazing. I need my chair turned around. Whew. Oh yeah, man. So yeah, it's been been a crazy couple of days. I have to get ready for the holidays. How about everybody? Merry Christmas out there to all you guys. Jones samples media and keyboards. Yes, I'm a keyboard player. I love keyboards, piano. That's me. I'm also okay at percussion, but I'm not great at it. Yeah, I'm 62 now, so I don't have the chops. That's really, and even with the keyboards, I don't have the chops like I used to. And I don't know if you know what chops means. If you're a musician, you know what chops are, right? And as you get older, you start losing those reflexes. And I'm 62 now, so it's like I'm 61. I'm sorry, I'm going to be 62. So, but you start losing those chops. You start losing your speed, your control. So yeah, some people are blessed and they keep going until they're 80 years old. Not me. My mechanics have failed me. So, but I don't really play an instrument live anymore anyway, so it doesn't matter. Sean Crayon, yeah, percussion and backing vocals. Awesome. Yeah, I'm intrigued. A 9-piece metal band is intriguing to me. So I'm kind of curious to what other instruments they're using outside of, because anytime you think of metal, you're basically thinking of like a bass guitar, lead guitar, some keyboards in metal. Never horns. I never thought of putting horns in with metal. That would be cool if they did. Let me see. What else can you put in metal? Well, you have your drums, of course, and you can have different percussions. You can have bongos. You can have timbales. There's just so many different things you can do. If you're doing synth drums, you can do synth drums with that. But yeah, it's interesting. 9-piece, man. I don't know. That's intriguing to me. 9-piece metal band. Anyway, so this is what I've been doing, guys. I'm going to be taking down all these pictures. I don't need them up anymore because I already finished the sculpture. The sculpture's done. The flashback is in the bank. It is done. It is finished now. This got a little distorted up on the lip here. I have to fix that, but that's nothing. Then I'm going to have this taken, and we're going to I'm going to make a hard resin copy over top of this, but I'm going to take it up to smooth on. I have to make an appointment to do that because I think they're going to do a video on it when they do it. And the holidays are just too much going on for everybody. So I figured I'll wait until after the holidays. I'll call them up, make an appointment. And I mean, it's like a 3-hour drive for me to get up there. So, but it'll be worth it because we'll make a resin master mold. And then my plan is from there is to make I can make latex masks in the master resin. Oh yeah, that's the plan. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to let you know that I haven't been ignoring the channel. I've been busy. I have done that silicone. It's like a 5-part, maybe 6-part video on how to silicone master your clay. This is monster clay. I don't use wet clay, a water-based clay. I use an oil-based clay because it's less messy. You don't get dirt and dust all over the place with this type of clay. And you got about a year before you start losing its stickiness. And I learned the hard way, so I can leave it in this form without melting it down for about a year before, if you try to do anything to it after about a year, like if I wanted to add and change this face altogether and I wanted to just add clay to it, well, the clay won't want to stick to this. So, but it doesn't mean the clay is bad. It just needs to be reconstituted. You have to melt this back down and then recast it. And then you'll have all the stickiness back. So I've learned some things with this whole process. I've learned a lot. I mean, a lot. But I'm a quick learner. I'm a quick study, and I usually don't have to make. I only have to make a mistake once, most times. Sometimes you just can't figure out the problem. So, and when it's expensive, you don't want to make too many mistakes. So, but my channel is to inform people as I do things and learn as I do and share my knowledge as I learn, because some of the things I've learned from others, and sometimes I've had secrets told to me, and I don't reveal those secrets because they were nice enough to let me know the secret to doing something. I won't give away their secrets. Um, and it's like my paint scheme. I don't give away my secret to that. I don't show how I paint my masks. Um, I have a special way of doing it and a special technique, and I think it works really good. And I don't want to change how I do that. As a matter of fact, I'll show you what the night creeper is my other sculpture. Now this isn't weathered heavily yet, but this is my paint scheme that I use. This is the night creeper. This is pretty much what I'll be doing to the other, the one that's sitting in that paint booth too. Only now this hasn't been weathered yet. This only has the airbrush. The airbrushing is done and then it gets weathered. So, but it's an awesome, scary, really cool effect. How I paint these. So, anyway, yeah, I've had a lot of people say, I really want to know how I did the paint, how I do the paint. I can't reveal that. Sorry. It's like some things you do keep secret. But not hard to figure out either. If you're a good artist and you have an eye, you're just trying to accentuate, is that the right word? Accentuate the positive? I don't know. Actually, accentuate the negative. You want to bring out the negative inside the mask. Bradley. Okay, hang on. Okay, you're okay at Bradley. I got you. Cool, man. It's not very many people know what at Bradley means. The at symbol, I'll explain it since I'm the only one anybody can hear. If you're talking to somebody else on the stream, that's on, leaving comments, and you want to direct your message to that person, put the at symbol in front of their name, because then when they're seeing on their screen, they're anything that's at you, even if it was at me, it'll be orange or whatever color it is on your screen. But mine turns orange. So if somebody's talking to me directly and they put at custom corpses, it'll show up as an orange. Yes, it gets highlighted. The name gets highlighted, and that's important because sometimes right now there's only 3 people on here, 4 people, something like that. It's not a lot of people, but if you get 60, 70, 80 people on and somebody's trying to leave a comment at somebody and the scrolling is really fast. Yeah, I have orange. Mine turns orange. I don't know, because maybe I'm the streamer. Maybe it's because it's my stream. I don't know. I don't know what the rules are. I just follow them. So, yeah, I got my paint booth set up, guys. We're going to start painting in here. I'm going to have to add a little bit of features to this paint booth just to make sure I don't get paint coming into this room. I do not want any paint particles in my room at all. And I have to make sure that it doesn't happen. Yeah, I'm a Mac guy. I have a Mac Studio. Mac Studio. Everything's Apple through me, so I'm Mac Studio, and then I've got my iPhone 16 Pro Max I like the Pro Max. You're using Samsung? Well, there you go. That's probably why your screen's gray. So I had to go with Apple because of the music business that I'm in. I don't trust any. I can't do Windows. Mac is the only way to go when it comes to doing. When you're DJing or you're a musician, you don't want to use anything else but Mac. And a lot of people that don't want to switch over to Mac because it's a learning curve, to learn how to use their software, their system. But it's not real hard. And once you get used to it, I can't go back to Windows. I've been away from Windows for years. I don't know. I think '95 was the last time I did. Um, what the hell brand did I have? Not Windows. I keep saying Windows. The other one. I'm just tired, guys. I've been working hard on music for the last 3, 4 days. Even actually before that, the weekend, I was doing a lot of Christmas music and stuff, trying to get real good danceable, rocking Christmas music. Not, yeah. Look. You know what? If it's to each his own. And I was a big Windows guy too, way before I was a Mac guy. And I used to love Windows. Problem with Windows is if you're not real good and savvy with computers as far as keeping viruses off your system, um, Windows really, man, you get so much junk. You got to really know what you're doing to keep that filtered. So, as a Mac guy, not that you can't get viruses, but it's really hard to break into a Mac. No, it's what suits you. I don't believe in trying to put some. I don't do that with anything. I put nothing as the premier thing to have. It's what you're comfortable with. It's just like when I sculpt. My method may not work for somebody else. They need to be, they got to be comfortable with what they're doing. If it's easier, it's all you. I'm not. That's the one thing I can say about Windows is you got to be careful with the viruses. It's more of an open format. More people can hack into you and stuff. If you know what you're doing, it ain't going to matter. But Apple, it's really tough to break into. Really tough. And then there's Linux, which is even next to impossible to break into. I don't know. But I don't know. I just need to make things as easy as possible for myself. And that goes for anybody out there. Whatever you're comfortable with, make it easy for yourself. It's hard enough because we have to learn so many different softwares. That's the real pain in the neck is learning all the different softwares. No matter what operating system you're using, it's all about learning the softwares that you're specializing in. Sorry for shaking the camera like crazy. I got it in my hand and I'm just kind of like just holding it. But I'm probably going to bounce off of here in a few minutes because I got to get back to the music. I did put my door in. Um, it looks beautiful on the outside. That's this side of the door. Well, if you're not real savvy with computers, Slipknot, I would suggest actually trying an Apple, not buying one, but go learn it. Go to a library or something and learn because I think some of these libraries have apples, but you need to learn that system. I would learn it, and then once you learn it, it's a safer system. Yo, Pipe Master, got my spray booth set up. I got my air compressor over here run. It's over behind me. It's over by the booth over here. Hold on, right underneath of there. See it? Yep. Getting the airbrush station set up. I want to do a little extra more for that because it sticks out a little bit too much. So the mask and the lights don't work because the lights are behind the ears. So I'm going to extend this spray booth out just a little bit. You can do the same thing with your CDs on a Mac. You can do everything that you're doing uh, on a Mac as easy as you're doing. It just you have to learn the operating system. You have to learn the little the secrets, the tricks. That's it. I just think it's definitely a safer system to use. You know, I used to get Windows pop. Oh my God, when I was on Windows, just the pop-ups would drive me nuts. And I had everything blocked, and it just was insane. Got this blue screen of death 2 or 3 times, and that was it. I was like, I'm done with this bullshit. Had enough. I had enough. Wasn't savvy enough to how to keep those viruses off the computer. And no, it wasn't porn. What was it? There was software that I was using. It was constantly sending me packets of bomb packets. You know what I mean? Yes, Pipe Master. That's the whole plan. Is making it inside the studio. I'm trying to get away from being outside. I'm gonna have to do that anyway. So if I can spray booth inside the studio, I can spray paint in here. Yeah, it's a nice booth. I'll show it to you. It's got the blower here. There you go. It's got the light. Now see how my light's behind the head? That's why I'll be using these lights, but I'm also going to extend this out. See, this is slanted upward like that, so I'm going to put a piece of foam up about that far out, so it really covers the face. And I'll do the same thing on the sides. I'll bring it up. I'll put some foam, and I'll probably all I'm going to do is put some Velcro on there and then stick the foam on it. And then this is the motor. I've got 2 speeds. Fan, that's the exhaust. It's coming out. And you got the high speed. Do I like the movie named Creep Show? Yeah, this is made by Togush. Interesting name. Anyway, I just call it Toe Jam or something. I think it's either Japanese or Chinese. I forget which one. Everything's either coming from China or somewhere else. It's definitely not from here. But I got it on eBay. I got it on Amazon. I picked it up on Amazon. I think I only paid it's like $160. Yeah, what did you say now? Let me back up what you said. Yeah, you like the name Creep Show. Yeah, well, I love Creep Show. I love the movies. I like Creep Show 1 and 2. They were both good movies. And I think George Romero, he might have, who wrote it though was Stephen King. Yeah, he wrote it. Stephen King wrote, and then I think George Romero. Yeah, it was George Romero that directed it and did all the effects for it. No, not George. No, it was George Romero. He didn't do. I don't know who did the effects. I keep thinking of the guy that's out in Pennsylvania. The other special effects artist did all the zombie movies, Day of the Dead, and the one that was out in Pittsburgh. Come on, I can't think of his name. Drawing a blank. But anyway, I always get Romero and him confused. Don't know why, but I do. Tom Savini, that's it. That's who I'm thinking of, yes. I always get Romero and Tom Savini. Not that the names are similar, but I don't know. I don't know why I always get them to. Anybody we start talking about and somebody says George Romero, the first guy I keep thinking about is Tom Savini. Why, I don't know. I don't know. Don't have that answer. But Sculpture came out got a couple things that got a little scratched. There was a little scratch right on the nose right there. Like I'll zoom in. It's not nothing real bad. It's not even actually a scratch. It's just a little scrape, but it didn't deform it. These lips are on fire, man. They are so close to the real deal. It has a little bubble in the corner. That's done. We already siliconed this, Dustin. We siliconed it right there. The silicone is right here, a silicone copy. And it's got a hard shell on it. But now we have the silicone master copy, and I'm going to make a resin. You see this mask right here? That is a hard resin master copy. And I'll make a hard resin master copy of that, of this actually. It's this, that's what it's, that is, I'll make a hard resin master copy. Let me see. This is the very first mask that I did. And this is a hard resin, and it's foam filled. See it? Foam inside the neck, inside the head. But this is a hard resin copy. Now, the reason why you want to make one like that is because if the silicone goes bad on you, all right, all I have to do is put silicone over top of that resin mold, over that resin master, and I'll have another silicone master. But the silicone probably lasts me 20 years. So yeah, this newer sculpture is on the money. It really is. You know, the eye cuts are spot on, and I'll prove that to you. Let me show you something. I have a picture layered of my eye cuts versus the screen used right here on this piece of paper. Hold on. It's hard to, if I can't do this, it's those eye cuts right there, and then show you my cuts to show you, you know, you can't do it that way. So what I do, let me back this up. All right, so there's my sculpture. What you're looking at right there, that's finished, is right there. That's my eye cuts versus the screen used eye cuts, and they are spot on. Oh yeah. Yep. So yeah, I always really try to take pictures and really put them right next to each other when you're sculpting to make sure that they're really close, if not spot on. So that's what that is. And I actually adjusted the left eye. Hold on. The left eye on this picture has been adjusted to match that identically. Let me see if I can't do it because I have to take a picture of the, I'd have to figure out a way to crop it. I have to do it. I have to take a picture of both again and stack them over top of each other. Can't do that while I'm doing this live. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, we're going to be, I can't wait to get the new mask out. This is the V2 FB78. That's what you're looking at there, the picture. Goddamn, stop shaking. That's the V2 FB78. I even have the bumps in the chin. Like right here. Oh man, I gotta get my finger inside those bumps are perfect underneath the lips. They're very accurate to the screen. Screen used mask. Very accurate. There's the screen used. Sorry for the shaking. I can't keep it still. because I'm zoomed in. When it's zoomed in, it's just real shaky on your hands. So, you know, I wonder if the stabilizer's on. There should be a stabilizer setting on here. But anyway, that's what I'm doing. I set my booth up. It looks like I've gotten everything. I'm ready to start working, man. I can't wait till after Jan. I'm not going to do anything until January 1st. I'm not going to start working. In the right corner of the mouth, little piece of clay. You mean that little bubble? All right, guys, I'm not going to explain it to him. You guys explain it to him. The little, that has to be there, guy. That has to be there. That is the actual screen accurate. The bubble has to be there. It's actually in. Yeah, that's actually in the actual screen used mask. Let me see if I can see it in one of these pictures. Yes, you can. See it? See that bubble? This is actually the sculpture of the actually screen used mask. That bubble is in that. Yes, that's the air bubble. It's in there. In order for this mask to be a top shelf seller, you have to be accurate. You cannot. It's not a dent. It's an air bubble. Slipknot. It's not a dent. It's an air bubble that's actually in the actual screen used mask, and it's even in the original '78. That air bubble. It's in the original screen used mask in the '78. And even when he did the flashback mask, he made sure that the air bubble was there as well. I already, hold on. Asylum, I already molded this. This is in silicone. You haven't gone, Asylum, you have to go to my channel and go to my playlist and look up siliconing the FB78, V2 FB78. There's the mold and sitting on top of the bucket. I can't zoom. That turned out perfect. I can't wait to put some clay inside of that to make another clay head. And then I'm going to start making the 2018 from this sculpture. And even the lip underneath Asylum. No, I'm not doing stone. I'm going to do resin. I'm going up to smooth on them. We're going to do a resin mold. I'm not doing stone molds. Getting away from it. But they want to video it, I'm hoping. And we're going to test it. We're going to test to make sure that the clay will withstand the resin. In other words, this clay can melt. Resin has an exothermic reaction, so you get heat. My trick of doing this is if I can layer this plastic, which I think you can layer this plastic. What I plan to do is put a thin coat of resin over top of my clay sculpture right here. I'm gonna clean this up so it's perfect again. Then I'm gonna take this sculpture up to smooth on, and then we're gonna make a resin master mold over top of this. We're gonna make a resin, instead of stoning it, we're gonna put resin over it. If you keep the resin thin on your first couple of coats, you won't have that heat getting it won't get as hot. So if I can put the resin over top of this clay sculpture and not get it up to like 140 degrees, because once it gets to about 140, it starts to melt. Yeah, hold on. I'll get it out of my hands. Let me get it out of my hands because that's what's shaking it. I'm holding the damn camera in my hands. Let me put it in the stand. There we go. There's a couple of flaws on that I have to fix. Now the shaking is because of the floor. Hey, Red Row, I've got 2 light bulbs that I need to put in the. I got 2 light bulbs that I want to put in the sconces. I got 2 new ones. I got a red and a green one. Um, I want to put them up in the sconces today if we could. So let me know if you are available. We got to grab the ladder. I want to grab the orange ladder from the back and bring it in, and we'll put those bulbs in there. Flame bulbs. I got to clean that kitchen, dining room, and everything. I got to get ready for Christmas. Friday, the turkey comes out of the freezer, and then it sits and thaws until Wednesday. It takes 5 days to thaw a turkey out, 23 pounder. It takes 5 days to thaw out the bird in the refrigerator. But anyway, yeah. So I'm telling you, this is really going to be a really accurate um, rendition. Let me turn it a little bit toward you guys so you can see it a little bit better. Put some better lighting on it too. There you go. Yeah, even underneath the lower lip, that region is really done accurately now. The bumps are all there. The bump is there. It's really accurate. Very accurate. I even adjusted the scowl a little bit. Um, I'm actually selling that 2018. I'm still selling that thing. People still. You mean the 2018? Hold on, the 2018. Hold on, you lost me. Um, quick question. You wouldn't mind if I take that 2018 mask off your hands? You mean the one that's rotten? Man, I got to show you that. This is a mess. 2018's a mess. You don't want that mask. Trust me. I'd be afraid to even ship it. It's so bad. Hold on. Where the hell I put it? God, it's actually hard. Hold on. I want to show you guys something. Ow, damn it. That hurt. See all that dark yellowing? And then see right underneath the chin here? There's a big hole there. And that's hard. All this stuff is real hard. It's not, you can't even put that mask on you because it'll literally tear into pieces. You couldn't wear that mask. That mask is useless. The only thing I'm going to be using it for is reference when I go to sculpt my mask into the 2018. An abandoned movie. I don't even think you could actually foam fill that. That's the problem. It's so fragile. I really don't. I don't even take it off the damn the stand that it's on there. I don't want to remove it because the latex is so bad. I can't believe how bad that latex. These TOTS masks are not holding up at all. And man, whew. I took all the paint off of that one. Man, it's a mess. The latex is not holding up on those masks. Anyway, yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's not something I'd even ship at this point, and I'm going to use it for reference. Once I'm done with the referencing, then I'll send it to you if it's still available, if it's still in decent, I'll send it to you when I'm done using it for reference, and that's going to be done over this winter. After January, I'm going to start making the 2018 out of my flashback, the V2 flashback. I'm going to age the V2 flashback into the 2018. So that's what I'm doing with the. Yeah, man, phew, that thing's in bad shape. I got that mask before they even released it. I had put it on order before they came out with the masks. I ordered the mask before it was available. So I was one of the first, probably a couple hundred people that got the mask. But that mask did not hold up well at all. So I adjusted the scowl a little bit too, guys. I made this bump out just a little bit further out here, and also I made this part here wasn't so. It wasn't. What's the right word? It wasn't wide enough here. It wasn't wide enough, but and neither was it here. It wasn't wide enough here. It was very narrow, the scowl, and I widened that. So now it's wider. You can't really see it on camera, but the bump ends there. It starts to get into it's rounded here. So, and there's a little bit more of a bump here, and the scowl now runs the right because it was sunk back just a little bit too far. So I made sure that the scowl came into the eyebrow where it's supposed to, and now it looks perfect. I mean, it's dead on. Oh my God, it's. I have no need to retool this flashback ever again. It's done. It's a finished job. It's finished for me. I'm done with the flashback completely. I can't wait to get this in production. I think you guys are going to love this mask once it's done and you get it in your hands, especially with my paint job on it. It's going to be banging. It's really going to be good. All right, hold on. Let me read this because I really want to know what's going on with Trick or Treat. Custom Corpses, get this. The owner of Trick or Treat Studios was told how bad TGE copies were of the 2018 mask, and his response was, we should be grateful that we're getting masks from the movie mold. Not if it doesn't look like the movie mold. Not if it doesn't look like the movie mask. I mean, what good's the damn mold? I don't care how good. If the mold's in bad shape, you're not going to get an accurate mask. That's one of the reasons why I'm making a resin mask, because I will never lose this exact copy. When you do stone molds over time, it only takes about 5 or 6 copies, and then the mold starts giving way. It doesn't hold up well because the mold does two things. It absorbs moisture out of the latex. All right, and when that moisture goes inside the stone, it weakens the stone. So you start getting flaws, and you start getting you can get little chips in it. You just little things that just start going wrong with that mold, and that's why I want to get away from stone altogether. I really do, and start going towards resin. Resin, the problem is stone. What I love about stone is you can dwell cast. Dwell cast is when you take the head, the mold, and you fill it completely up with latex, and then you just let it dwell in there for about an hour. And then you pour the remainder back out of the latex that's in there. You pour it back out, and you're left with a perfectly even thickness in the mask all the way around. Um, the resin mold, I'm going to have to slush cast multiple times. That means slush casting. Dwell casting is when you're letting the latex sit inside the mold and let the mold do the work. Slush casting is when you're doing the work. You have to slush cast that mold on the inside. You slush the latex around inside the mold, and then you let it drip out the remainder, and then you get this real thin coat on the inside. You put a fan on low, and you let it dry a little bit. Then you pour more latex in there, and you slush cast it. You do that up to like 4 to 5 times to get the right thickness. The problem with slush casting is sometimes there could be areas in the mask where it might be just a little thinner than the others in other areas, and that's impossible to get perfect. But what you do get out of that mask is a perfect copy of the sculpture. You get a perfect copy of the sculpture. You don't get, like, flaws. You don't get any flaws from the latex or from the stone mold. That's sick that he said that. We are getting from the Tots mask. Yeah, we're getting bad copies. It's really nothing like the movie. I hope he's smart enough to know that. Well, I got to tell you, the owner, who knows? Maybe he's not an artist. He's just a numbers guy. He's not really an artist. Anybody that knows anything about um, the uh, the mask business, or anybody that's really a collector of masks, they're going to pick out the finest, little, tiniest detail. If it's not there, it ain't right. It has to be accurate, as accurate as possible, anyway. Um, when you're dealing with these mass-produced masks, that my thing is, the first thing I would have done. Well, see, I don't know. See, all right, they got it from a movie mold, but you don't know how many copies they're permitted. All right. In other words, it's the same thing if uh, I say I'm a disc jockey and you're a musician and you have a hit song, right? I have to go through a protection agency called ASCAP and BMI, and I want to put your song on one of my CDs. All right. So, in part of a mix. So I have to get permission from every one of those people that have that, that own that song. And I do it through ASCAP and BMI. They reach out to the artist and they say, this person wants to put your song on their CD. And you're going to say yay or nay. So if you say yes, there's only going to be a limited amount of copies that I'm going to be allowed to make. All right. In other words, they're going to say, okay, you have permission now. ASCAP and BMI said you have permission from all these artists, but you're only going to be allowed to make, say, 100 copies or 1,000 copies. That could be the same situation that TOTS is dealing with. In other words, whoever owns the copyrights to that mask, and I don't think TOTS does have that copyright, whoever has the mask copyrights to the actual mold, that the mask, the sculpture that was made, they gave him permission to use that mold, but only so many copies. And they keep refurbishing that mold. Hold on. Well, yeah, but see, Christopher Nelson may have only given him permission to make as many copies as the mold will produce. Once the mold stops making good copies, then you might as well throw the mold away. All right, because the molds do go bad, and that's exactly what's happening, and that's why the mask looks so distorted and so weird. They don't look anything like the movie. So I have a feeling that TOTS, Trick or Treat Studios, not TOTS, Trick or Treat Studios only has permission to do so many masks. That's my theory. Don't know if that's fact, but there's a good chance that that's the reason why you're seeing a lot of bad copies now. They're trying to make as much money as they can for as long as they can until people stop buying the mask. Well, anybody that knows anything about the Michael Myers mask, that's a fan of Michael Myers, knows that those masks that are being produced now are a waste. I would never even buy one. You couldn't give me one. What am I going to do with it? So, although now I have seen some copies that are good. I don't know how they're getting them. But there's a guy I follow all the time. If you guys don't know who he is, Nick Mulpagano at Handy Boy Studios. I think he changed the name of Handy Boy Studios too. I don't know what he's calling it, but anyway, the mask pit, something. But anyway, he gets copies, good copies of the mask, and he overhauls them. So I don't know how he gets the good copies or where he's getting them. Maybe he's getting them directly from somebody in the loop. I don't know. But there are good copies available. You just got to find the person that's selling them. If they're, you may have to buy it from somebody that rehauls, like Nick Mulpagano. Yeah, that sculpture's on the money, man. Asylum, that's on the money. It's on the money. I'll give you a profile picture of it. Let me show you. I'll show you a profile. Profile is badass. I'm knocking half of everything all. You see, is that profile there? Almost. Now you got to remember, the head is leaning back. The chin doesn't stick out and the nose doesn't stick out as far out as it should. God damn it, I'm tripping for shit. Hold on, give me a second here. It's because the neckline leans back. But the profile's on the money. Custom corpses. I overhauled my Halloween ends mask. It's on my YouTube shorts. I will check it out, Asylum, because I'll be watching you tonight. I was going to go live tonight, but I'm like, I don't have anything I can do right now. I don't have anything. I don't want to do anything until after the holidays, guys. So bear with me. Let's get through these holidays. After January 1st, because I'm working on getting the studio cleaned up enough to where I can function. And I still got a lot of stuff to take out of here. I got to get stuff out of here because I just don't have enough room to work. And I want to be comfortable when I'm doing the streaming. Yeah, so you see the eye slant cutting back on that sculpture is perfect. It's exactly what it's supposed to be. Everything's on the money. The shape of the upper lip from underneath the nose to the very top of the upper lip, that's exactly like the screen used mask. I have everything right on the money. It really is. It's there. The neck is nice and small. Very small. I actually, I did the jawline better. As you can see, the jawline is now it's the way it's supposed to be. Excuse me. I get hiccups because I'm on Ozempic. Ozempic's side effect is hiccups. And sometimes you only get 2 or 3 hiccups and it goes away. It's weird, man. But, yeah, this is really, let me lower it a little bit. Let's lower it some. Yeah, everything looks proportioned right. The lips, let me zoom in on the lips as a profile. Well, it was based more off of William Shatner. The flashback was based off of William Shatner, but here's what happened. And I don't know if, I'm pretty sure, I remember seeing him talking about, Christopher Nelson had talked about this at some point. I don't know whether it was in a video. It might have been on the thing with 2 heads with Sean Clark. But he talked about what happened was when he made the 2018 mask, that was the first mask that he made. All right. So when he did the flashback mask, he had to make sure that the flashback looked a little like the 2018 mask, not vice versa, because he didn't do the flashback first. The flashback, if he had done the flashback first, maybe there would have been a more detailed look towards the original 78 mask. Now the problem is, I don't know that William Shatner would have given permission to do another copy of him again. Actually, because I think William Shatner was, looking to make money, which, it's even if it's at his age, even if it's not for him, it's for his family. So any income that keeps coming in through the years is good for his family. So I can't falter the guy for wanting to get paid for his mask. You know, even if they're using it in a different movie and they used it completely different in a different way, but it's still his face. So, but what they did was they when they did the 2018 mask, they gave you in that sculpture what made William Shatner's mask really scary. That's what they did, and I can't overemphasize the small little things uh, that nobody gets right. I haven't seen too many people get this right um, with the sculpture. Now, if you're looking at the sculpture, all right, let me try and get a better angle on this. So we're straight on the side view. Same. Let me zoom in. This is where the natural um, shadowing comes from. Notice how the upper eye cut overhangs the lower eye cut significantly. Same with the scowl. The brow, the scowl where the eyebrow is, and that is overhanging that lower eye cut quite significantly. And that's something I've seen so many people get wrong. And I could take I have a 2018 mask from Tots. Looks good straight on, but the profile looks way wrong. All right. And how I know I got this right is because right there, this clay sculpture that's right here, that is a master copy of William Shatner's life cast mask. And the scowl protrudes what's with the mask in the square box? Oh, you mean this over here? I'm getting ready to paint that. I'm going to paint that, and it's a 24-inch of the original, my original flashback mask. And I'm going to put it on eBay. I'm going to paint it and hair it and put it on eBay. And I did get some new hair too. Man, it looks good too. Oh man, what the hell? I'm trying to remember. What did I do with it? I showed it. I got it on video. I showed it to you guys. But I put it on video. It's on one of my live streams. But I got a new hair that I'm going to be using on the version 2. And I'm going to use some little bit of ink, black ink, hairspray, hair dye to give it that authentic darker look. Only it's going to be with spray. Asylum, he has seen it. He's been with me a lot on private messaging. We both have each other's real phone numbers, and we talk to each other all the time. Pipe Master has seen this, and he still nitpicks at it a little bit here and there. But you know what? You know, it's like drawing a perfect circle. It is really close. It's so close to perfection. I don't dare to try to keep messing with it. You keep messing with it, and you're talking about crumbs of clay. You're talking about, I mean that really literally. It's crumbs of clay to get this really accurate. When you are really, you know, coming into the finish line, you're altering crumbs of clay, and it's and that crumb is important. Believe me, every crumb is important. It's just so refined to get it real accurate. It's not easy. It's not easy, guys. As much as I thought it would be easier than this, it's not as easy as it's 10 times harder than I ever thought. 10 times harder. The flashback. Let me show you the other side of the mask. Sculpture, I mean. Now this has already been molded. Oh, and I'll show you. This is William Shatner's life cast. And when we bang it, I must have put a hole in there. That's all right. That's his life cast. All right, and if you look at that, you see how much further the scowl sticks out? That's his actual life cast. This is what they made the original William Shatner mask from. Hold on, let me put it this way. All right, this is the actual life cast. This is the William Shatner. This is what they made the Captain Kirk from. Notice, now this is what I'm getting at. See how further the eye cut, the bottom of the eye cut, where the eyelid is? See how much further out the scowl is? That literally comes out past the cheek. All right, and that's what creates the natural shadowing underneath of this. And that's why the mask always looks so good. And I see so many masks get it wrong, and I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show it to you because this is a 1978 Tots. $1978 Tots. All right. Now hopefully that's in frame. All right, see that? Let me go. Let me see if it's in frame. Okay. I gotta go low. Okay, the eye cut is literally even, straight up and down. It's the same on both sides. That is not the right way to have this. Now it looks great dead on. Oh man, it looks really good dead on, but it's definitely not right. That's not how the actual mask is. Anyway, so a lot of people get that wrong. And it took me a while to figure it out. And that's how the 2018 was sculpted. Believe it or not, the 2018 mask is sculpted in such a way that the 2018 mask is the 2018 Tots from the movie mold. The eye cut and the forehead comes out further than the lower eye cut, and that's how it creates natural shadowing. Once you figure that out, it changes the whole mask. It changes it so dramatically. Just makes it look so much different. And oh yeah, I meant to turn that. I meant to turn it so you guys can see the other profile. There's so much stuff on top of here that it's going to fly off of me. Just don't want to bang my... Alright, I'm going to have to move the camera just a touch. No, maybe not. Okay, well I see what's going on now. You can't see it with the light. Light has to be better. All right, let me move this light a little closer. Jesus. A little better. Yeah, it's still not. There's that's the profile. That's the other clay head that's behind there. The neckline's right there. Don't get all freaked out. That's the other clay head that's back there. That's the life cast. I'm going to be doing a life cast mask too, guys. But once again, the key success with this sculpture and the mask itself, I still, it's heavily, it has a lot to do with the scowl and the upper forehead overhanging the undercut of the eye, the lower eye cut, and the profile has to be right. As a matter of fact, let me just show you something. When this thing's sitting on your head, it'll be like this because of the slant in the neck. All right, that's the difference. It's leaning back because you got to have that neck tapered. The neck has to be tapered. Did you notice that the face on the kills and ends mask, the features are slightly different from the 2018? Oh, yeah. Well, and this is why, Asylum, I'll tell you why. And even the angles of the eye cuts are a little different because it's made to look like the mask melted a little bit and it made it more droopy. I seen that instantly when I saw the mask. I knew it. I knew they changed the sculpture. But what he did was he took the original sculpture and he just altered it a little bit. That's all he did. He's doing what I'm doing with the silicone. I don't know how he's doing his because he may not be using monster clay. I'm using monster clay. Yeah, even on the unburnt side. Yeah, I know. The slope of the eye cuts are different. The eye cuts slope down a little more. Um, it's got more of a droopy look to it. And I'm going to do the same thing to this. It's going to get altered to look like the 2018, and then it's going to be altered to look like the kills, and then the ends. I'm going to make them look just like that. I'm going to replicate it, but I'm doing it with this sculpture. The head shape won't be changed, just the details, all the the burnt, the scarring, all that's going to be there. This ear will get deformed at one point. Oh yeah, we're doing it. Oh yeah, I can't wait. I'm excited, man, because I love sculpting, and now that the hard part's done, where you have the master copy finished, the main feature. I'm not even tackling my Night Creeper guys. I'm waiting until I get this flashback and the 2018 and the kills and the ends. I'm going to go back to the Night Creeper when this is all done. I want to make sure that this is finished. I want to focus on the flashback, the 2018. Just seems like there's not enough of those masks. And now the Tots mask, it's hard to get a good mask. So there you go. You'll be able to get a very good mask from me. So I have to check out your ends repaint, your overhaul. I mean, the funny thing is, it wasn't a bad paint job on that ends mask. Now, I don't know what the newest copies of. I went to Spirit of Halloween uh, this fall, and I went in there looking for a 2018. It didn't matter. I looked for kills, I looked for ends, and all of them were in bad shape. They all sucked. I ordered a Tots from Tots of the ends mask when it first was released, and the mask is really nice. It's really nice. Um, the paint scheme on it is top shelf. Everything. You know what? I'll just show it to you. I haven't even rehauled it yet. I haven't had time to do anything like that. I am going to rehaul it for my own collection. I'm not selling it. I've got a really good detailed version of this ends mask. Let me put it back here because it's too close to you. Yeah, it's it's a nice copy of it. The details are all there. It's got a lot of detail in that mask. Now, I got this when it first was released. All the little cracks and everything's there, which I'm going to be using when I go to age this guy. Even the eye cuts, look how badass they look. Those eye cuts look really good on this mask. They have all the little, like, straight edges where the little cuts and cracks are and everything that were in the mask. I can't wait to replicate this. The 2018 is going to be a little tougher because the 2018 mask is in bad shape, the one I got. But you can see the right eye isn't slanted as harshly. The left eye is sloped more this way. It's sloped down this way just a little bit more. Wait a minute, what did you say? Kills mask, yeah, had big eye cuts. Yeah, they're awful. I have a good Kills mask, but I painted it to look like the fire mask that Nick Malpagano was doing. Funny thing is, I can tell you, I don't know if I said this story already, but I was actually thinking about making a mask to look like that as he was coming out with all the color because of the fire. But I didn't think anything about the hair. And no sooner I was thinking that, I mean, man, wouldn't that be cool if I painted the mask to look like he was in the flames and you can see all the red and the orange and the glowing look on the mask? How cool would that be? Well, as soon as I mean, I had to tell you, couple weeks after I had said that to myself, I didn't say it out loud. I just kind of said it to myself. I was like, oh my God, Nick came out with a mask that was painted like that. Only he did something really cool. He added latex to some. He put latex in the hair and then painted the latex pieces that were in the hair. A bright orangey red, and that's what made the hair look like it was glowing too. Didn't figure that part out, but I changed my hair completely. I took all the hair off and I put a synthetic hair on there that would melt, and I put orange hair on there with some black streaks. So anyway, the burnt side of the lip has now flattened over time. Yeah, see this here, this sculpture is so good. You know what? I'll zoom completely out and I'll bring the mask right next to me, and I'll show you the real fine details that are in this sculpture. But you're not getting. Hold on. Let me zoom back out here. Come on. Like, look at all these details that are in this thing. Every little detail is in this really good. This is really good. I'll never sell this because I know it won't be available. Now, I'm really close to it, and that's why it deforms the look. But you can see even the eye cuts. Look at all the depth in this cut, all this depth that's inside of this. That's not paint. That's actually in the mask. Even this. Now the paint job's not bad. I mean, it's a $60 mask. $70 mask, I'm sorry. But my thought is, with a $70 mask that looks that good, you don't necessarily need to overhaul this and wear this and scare the crap out of kids, because it really is that good. Now the 2018 when we got it, it was awful. Kills was even worse than awful, but this paint job was good. They did a good job with this paint job, considering $70 mask. Overhauling this, the details are finer. Like if I were to overhaul this, first of all, it would get the cream color face. This has got green tones in it. I can see that. I don't like the green in there too much. It's a little too greenish. I want a little more creamy look to it. Um, what else would I do? Oh yeah, this gets more of a darker brown, red, uh, brownish, reddish, and some yellowish in here. It's like a combination, but you want fluctuation and depth and color in here. You don't want it to be all one color in this region. I see a lot of people make that mistake where they don't add the depth and the different variations in the color slightly with the darker areas where it was burnt. All right, now this would be darker in here, definitely darker. Not much darker, but some darkness to it. Also, you would get a charcoal dry brush over top of the highlights, over top of this, which they kind of did. Because if you can see, the yellow's underneath, and then the feet on the surface is popped with black, and they blacken that, and that's how that's just like your mask would char. Yeah, so they did a good job with that. You know, I don't like the colors that were done in here. I'm sorry, this doesn't look right in here. It just needs to be a little darker in here. But this mask is pretty spot on. I can't wait to make this in clay. Oh my God, that's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to age it into the kills and ends. I mean, it's going to be fun. Let me go put this mask back up. Yeah, I'm definitely going to, you know, I don't even wear this mask. I never wore it. I'm not going to do anything to it. I don't want to mess with it. I don't want the latex to go bad on it. So I'm probably going to put some powder on it, mask protection stuff, so it doesn't rot. I don't know if that'll stop it from rotting. Who knows? But let me put this back up. Put him back up. Read your comments. Get you staring at the mask again. Go dead on with it this time. Come on. What in the world? I got stuck behind it. There we go. Too much light. It doesn't look right. You want to see my? I'm going to post. I'll leave a comment when I watch the video. I want to see how it looks. Come on, I can't zoom. There we go. Damn floor is so unstable. Yeah, I got some work to do on that right side of the upper lip, the right underneath the nostril. Just got a little bit of damage when I was demolding it out of the silicone. But nothing, no big deal. Nothing major. So what else is going on, guys? I gotta get something to eat. I'm starving. I haven't eaten yet. You know what, Asylum? Maybe I'll go to your channel right now as soon as I end this stream. The biggest critic with your kills mask or ends mask is yourself. If you really really love how it turned out, that's the best. That's it's what you want. You want it to look amazing. Yeah, I got to. You know what I got to do? I just realized you're looking upward on the mask. I need to go higher and look down on the mask. Now, bring it down. Yep, that's already down. I want it to be level, like you're looking straight at the mask. That's it right there. That's the right height. Oh. There it is. It is a challenge. The ends mask is not an easy mask to paint. You have to just know what you're seeing. I mean, that's really the secret with the paint scheme. Any painting is you have to be able to see the colors. You have to be able to make sure that you're not, it's all about depth. Um, a lot of people don't understand depth. It's just one color versus, there's no such thing as making your mask look all one solid, one color, or even areas in one color. There's variations. You want variations. That's what creates depth because it more authentic looking. Also, the aging factor. I'll tell you what. Yeah, because I can go on my computer and do that while we're sitting here talking. Hold on. Let's do that. Let me plug this in too because my phone's going to go dead. Let's go on the computer. And we're gonna go to his channel live. Now I can't use the sound because then you'll get a nasty feedback. You'll hear me talking. Now I won't be able to see your comments right away because I'm not looking at the phone. I'm going to be looking on the computer here. Now go away. All right, so we want to go to your channel. YouTube. You know what? I have you saved all my favorites. Shit, it's not under Asylum. I'm thinking it was under Asylum. What's the channel name again? Asylum? What's the channel name? so I can scroll down right to it. Because I got a lot of people I follow. Give me the exact channel name. The Asylum? Let me try under the T. Almost there. Hold on. I got a lot of people here. There you are. All right, so let me put you back on screen so you can see what I'm looking at. Let me zoom out a little bit. Damn it, stay still. All right. Okay, I'm guessing this is the one right here. Halloween Ends mask, okay. Nice. I got a question. It looks like the nose right in here looks like it's pushed in. Is that the way the mask is? Did it come like that for you? Or is there something going on inside the mask? Talk to me, man. That's a shame because that's a really nice paint job. It's dented in naturally? I didn't see. I'm looking at your comments now. So go ahead. If is that dent in the mask like that? We'll give you a little secret. Oh, okay, cool. Because if it was like that, what you do is stuff it the way you want it. Stuff it out so it comes out. All right, and then just take a little hair dryer, not a heat gun. Use a hair dryer. Put it on high hot, and then warm up that latex, and it'll freeze in place back to where it's supposed to be. But yeah, you might have to restuff that because that looks really weird, especially when you look at the profile. Yeah, you've got it stuffed so it's really wide. I get what you did. It's too wide. You want to lessen that stuffing a little bit. And believe me, it's important, Asylum, because if you're showcasing this mask and people see it, they love the paintwork, but they're not going to like the shape of that mask. Hey, you critique me, I'm critiquing you. Touche. But anyway, yeah, definitely get that stuffed right. Stuff that mask right. What else you got going on here? Was this the before and after? Or this is the process? Oh yeah, you got that thing stuffed really wide.